So the Los Angeles Lakers are targeting UConn's Dan Hurley as the franchise's next coach and are preparing a massive long-term contract offer, according to Adrian Wojnarowski. Preliminary contact between the sides, quoting Woj, expected to escalate in the coming days. Fresh off a couple of national titles, Danny Hurley was coveted by other big-time college programs, but stayed put in Storrs, trying to pull off what would be an historic three-peat, certainly in this day and age, damn near impossible. He did admit, however, that the NBA was a goal down the road, but he was quick to add that he probably needed to mature a bit before he was ready for that. But the Lakers apparently think he's all grown up, and Woj broke the news this morning that the Lakers are interested, and Danny Hurley is listening, and Woj is joining us now. I appreciate you staying up late with us. You've been doing this all day long. I'm interested, Woj, and you know Danny well, and he grinds each half-court possession like it could be a Butler game in January. It could be like whoever it is, he grinds so hard. I just wonder if the NBA with 82 games would just be an excruciating exercise. What do you think his sort of appetite for what the NBA would offer in that regard?
Scott, Dan Hurley's given a lot of thought to the NBA for a very long time. And you've seen him go from a high school coach to a small college coach to a mid-major, and then the juggernaut that he's built at Connecticut. And I think for Dan Hurley, an understanding that, he said to me once, and we talked about the NBA, and he said, hey, I don't talk to my son at 21 years old the way I did to him when he was at 10 years old. There's a difference. And I talked to an NBA coach tonight who made the jump from college to the NBA. And he said one of the really important things to remember, especially over 82 games, is that when a player makes a mistake, when he does something wrong, that you have to understand he's trying to do it right. He's trying to win. And sometimes you do have to correct him. Sometimes you have to show him. But often over an 82-game season, you better support him. You can't come down on him every time. That's what you have to learn in that job. Dan Hurley does understand to make this transition, he's going to have to adapt. I don't think it would happen overnight. I think it's going to be a process for any coach. But I think the college coaches who go to the NBA and have success, Billy Donovan, Quinn Snyder, and Brad Stevens here in Boston, I think the couple of common denominators with them: one, they know the players are the stars, and number two, they've been a part of organizations that see the coach and the front office together in a program. That's what Rob Pelinka's trying to do in LA. That's why he wants Dan Hurley. He wants to have a program with these Lakers, not just team after team.
Look, I think Dan's a brilliant guy. I just think we're wired how we're wired, I mean, you're who you are. Like, if you had to wake up tomorrow and be a different guy, good luck. Same with me. And I think the passion that drives him is part of the reason why he's a great coach. But he's also got a remarkably brilliant mind for the game, which I get that the Lakers covet. But he's also building something massive in Connecticut. What will he ultimately wrestle with, do you think, Adrian, to decide ultimately? Like, the Lakers are the Lakers, I get it. So what comes down to the decider here?
Well, a couple things. Listen, he's loved UConn, and he has a chance to do something that hasn't been done since the John Wooden UCLA teams. That's win 3 championships in a row. He's got a team good enough to come back to have a chance to do that. But the world's changing, Scott,
no doubt.
You've talked a lot about and reported on in college athletics. Can you in the Big East, without the football revenue that's available to schools in the SEC and the Big Ten and the Big 12, are you going to be able to sustain the level of player they've had at UConn? The answer might be yes, but there's also uncertainty with that, and I think that's made it an interesting crossroad for Dan Hurley with the Lakers. But this is about the chance to go for Dan Hurley to perhaps the most storied, along with these Celtics in Boston, the most storied organization in the league. And the one thing you know about being with the Lakers, you're going to have an opportunity to either coach great players or acquire great players. They want to play in LA. They want to play for the Lakers. And so if you want to win championships, you have a little better chance there than maybe some other places. All of those factors appeal to Dan Hurley, and this is certainly a decision now over the next couple of days I'm told, Scott, he is traveling out to California. He's going to meet with Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss, their owner, tomorrow, and this is going to move quickly. There's certainly traction on a deal with the Lakers, but Dan Hurley has not made a decision yet that he's ready to leave UConn. I think we're going to know over the next 24, 48, maybe 72 hours.
All right, that was my final question. What's the time frame? You knew it instinctively, and you already answered it. And I think you probably at 11:40 Eastern probably just want to go. I wake up to the news, and you're giving us more on the way out, Woj. Appreciate you, man. Be well, okay?
Okay, Scott. Thanks for having me.
Indeed.